Good morning. Happy Tuesday. How is everybody this morning? Welcome to Coffee Chats. Today is November the 11th. It is Veterans Day today. So I want to make sure I will talk a little bit more about what's going on for the week, but just so you know, if you're not busy at 2 o'clock, head upstairs to the East Lobby. We will have a slice of cake and honor our veterans, and Evie has agreed to play the piano for us. So we're going to sing America. We'll sing a ditty for appreciation for our vets, and I have a little pin for their lapel for Veterans Day. So if you're available, 2 o'clock. Without further ado, I am going to introduce Roger to you so you can meet him this morning.
Hello? Thank you. Kind of intimidating. Whoa. My voice is kind of weird over this. All right. Well, let me tell you about me. I started cooking when I was about 14, going on 15, somewhere around there. I actually got hired at 14 as a dishwasher, and I was just about 15. On my 15th birthday, it was like 2 days later, and all the cooks walked out, and the waitress said, "Hey, Roger, you want to cook?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, here's the food, here's the grill, go ahead." And I was like, "Oh my God."
What restaurant?
It was a country kitchen. Yeah. So that was my start. From there, I, just went from kind of gravitated toward other country kitchens, Perkins, stuff like that, until I was probably 18. And then I took a job at, for cutting steel and stuff like that, just kind of trying out other things. And I realized that I really liked cooking. So I took a job at Bethel College, and chef said, "Hey, you got some skills, but you need some schooling." So I went to Le Cordon Bleu, which is the first French cooking school here in Minnesota, and I graduated 29th person ever out of this school. So very new school. The only reason I actually went to that school was because they taught ice sculpting. And my background, I always wanted to be an artist. So my first job out of chef school was a pastry chef, because I could use all kinds of art. So I kind of just loved that and stayed with it. And over the years, I guess, I kind of moved up the ranks and became in charge of multiple restaurants, built and sold other restaurants. I sold a catering company, and now I'm currently gonna sell a food truck. My last venture was a food truck, the Flaming Bull. I'm not even sure you can find it on the website, but it was a big, big truck. And I'll show you pictures, as I talk to you, around. So that's kind of my background. So when you see me, if you have any questions, just feel free to, ask any question, I'll answer. I'm an open book. So I'm gonna turn it back over to her. Here you go.
Well, that's great. My brother graduated from Cordon Bleu too. Yeah. All right, well, thank you, nice to meet you, and welcome to Ridgepoint. I'm also going to introduce Jeanette Cohens. I don't know where she snuck off to. She's got something to share with you, and then I will move on and tell you what's going on for the week.
Okay, I'm just a reminder for all of you who this Friday, the West Party Room at 2 o'clock. So if you're 90 and older, come on to the party.
So 90 and older, a party for the young at heart. You said 2 p.m. on Friday, is that correct? 2 p.m. Friday in the West Party Room, correct? All right, there you go. There's your invitation. All right, here's what's going on for the week. 10 a.m. upstairs, we have Barb and Steve back. They are doing, they're continuing their UNESCO sites exploration, and what they're talking about today is India. Join Barb and Steve as they continue to explore UNESCO sites of India. If you've ever wanted to visit the Taj Mahal, this is your chance. Many of the world's scientific and religious influences began in India. New and Old Delhi, as well as Jaipur, I think I'm saying that correctly, the Pink City are fascinating places. Be ready to fasten a head turban. So that is 10 a.m. upstairs in Marion Hall. 1 p.m. we have our open art studio. 2 p.m., as I mentioned earlier, is our Veterans Day pop-up event to appreciate our veterans, have a slice of cake, and be together as a community and honor our veterans. 3 p.m. we have our bandage rolling. Tomorrow the 12th at 1 p.m. is our TED Talks. The 3 topics are: want big change? Start with small steps. Why a child's zip code should not determine their future. And the third is how science and theology can help advance truth. All right. Wednesday, 1 p.m. we have Bible study group. 1:30 is 500. 7 p.m. is bingo. Thursday the 13th, 9 to 11 is a recorded coffee chats on 991. 9:30 is our excursion, and that leads to the Minnesota Orchestra. Friday the 14th, 1 p.m. is our coffee chats. Bridge and poker is also at 1 p.m. on Fridays, and 7 p.m. Is movie. The movie is Man of the Year. It's a comedy. A comedian who hosts a new satire program decides to run for president, and a computerized machine malfunctions, and he actually gets elected. That is the movie for Friday. Saturday the 15th, 8 a.m. men's breakfast, weaving project at 2 p.m., 7 p.m. bingo. And this Saturday is our excursion. So instead of just the ladies' luncheon, it is a dual excursion. You'll start off with a meal at the original Pancake House. And then after that, the excursion is, it's a community service excursion to feed my starving children. So that leaves at 9:45 a.m. Monday the 17th, we have Knit and Chat, and 7 p.m. we have 500. I just want to take this opportunity to make sure that when you are signing up for an excursion and it states that there is only 15 tickets, I really mean that there's only 15 tickets. And if there's a waiting list and you're after the 15 tickets, you are still on the waiting list and you're not eligible to go. There happened to be 19 people that attended on this last Thursday, and there should have been only 15. So at last minute, I had to call and try to get a hold of someone from the James J. Hill House, thank you. James J. Hill House, and it took quite a few phone calls because they have a lot of entities. Luckily, I was able to get a hold of them and purchase the other tickets. And I was also able to get a hold of Kincaid's and add more people to the reservation. But it took a lot of juggling, so please be aware that if there's a waiting list, I really mean that. If it states in the newsletter that there's only 15 people, that I purchased 15 tickets, that is the case. So just be conscious of that. I will try to do better to get on the bus to make sure that that's not an issue. But the van driver did state and Charles did try to address the situation and say, hey, Jillian said there's only 15 and there's 19 and it was all typed out, and they still continued to stay in the van. So anyway, it did work out, but please be respectful to what it says on the newsletter, okay? All right, I will hand it over to Jeff.
Question.
George?
Don't forget to vote for your council members today. Both sides.
Okay. Resident council vote election. What time do the polls open?
I believe they're open.
And when do they close? They're open now. Till 4? Alrighty. Very good. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans. And I love the little nod to the veterans on the tables. Who helped you with that?
Nobody.
She did it herself. They're beautiful, Ann. Thank you. Yes. I want to thank Jeanette Combs for having the 90s birthday or recognition party at 2 o'clock on Friday. That gives all the 90-year-olds plenty of time to get back to their apartment and get ready for their 5 o'clock bedtime.
Is that your bedtime?
Yeah, mine too. Thank you, Joan. You haven't given me a hard time in a long time. That's good. May as well throw a little judgment in there right away, right? Okay. I do not have much this morning, but I did have a question I wanted to discuss. It sounds like the government shutdown is ending. The House, it passes Senate. It should pass the House, shouldn't it? Do the Republicans have a big enough majority in the House to pass it? Were any of you affected in any way by the government shutdown? And if you were, would you be willing to share how you were affected? Because I wasn't. Norma?
One of my nieces had a very important job in Washington, D.C., and she was cut.
She was cut. What was her job?
I don't know the specifics, but she was cut and she will not be rehired.
Okay, so they did make some cuts during the shutdown that were permanent. All right. Very good. This time of year, we had a nice little cold snap. If your heat worked, great. If your apartment was too hot, tell the front desk and get a work order written up. Not our second biggest problem with heating apartments. The first problem is they're not warm enough because the heat's not. The second one is they're too warm. That valve will stick open and it gets hot, hot, hot. Let us know before we get to the 15, 20 below, because it's just so much easier to have everything up and running properly going into the winter versus waiting to be in the fire before we get a hose. Does anyone have any questions on anything? All right. Birthdays. Is today the 12th? 11th. No one's birthday today. Tomorrow, Diane Combs. On the 13th, Gary Christensen and Jeanette Hutar. And on the 18th, Bob Mickler. Happy birthday, Bob. 19th, Pam Alley and Gloria Luger. No anniversaries, so let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week, everybody. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans.